Hi students, we're starting a new chapter 4, Angles Properties. If you take a look at page 90, the first thing we're going to learn is sum of angle measures on a line. So as you see, this is the line we have. The name of the line is PQ. And the middle point is O. And they have two lines going to the right and going to the left. And then we have three angles that you can see. Angle C, angle A, and angle B. So these are our three angles that we have in the line PQ. And then using a protector that you need to have for this chapter, if when you measure it, you can see angle A is 35, angle B is 105 degrees, and angle C is 40 degrees. When we add these angles up, so let's say we say 35 degrees plus 105 plus 40 degrees, add them up. What do you get? You get 180 degrees. 180 degrees is what? It means from here to here, correct? That's what it means, because we add C, B, and A. So from here to here is 180 degrees. Here to here means what? From Q to P or P to Q. So the sum of angle measures on a line is 180 degrees. This is one of the rules that we need to remember. This is one of those informations that we need to memorize. The sum of angle measures on a line, that's the important piece, on a line, is 180 degrees. So that's the piece of information that we need to know and we need to memorize. Any line that we have, like for example, we have line S and T, and I ask you, measure it with your protector and see how much is that. This is going to be 180 degrees. So the measure of a line is 180. There's no exceptions. Okay, now we're going to the next thing that we need to learn. Sum of angle measures at the point. As we can see on page 90, we have a point O. We have one line going this way, one line going this way, another line this way. Okay? The center point is O. The other angles, here we have the angle E. Here we have the angle F. And here we have our D. The O is the center point. So it's not the angle, it's just the center point. So we have D, angle E, and angle F. Then again, we use our protector and to measure them. When we measure them, and then you can try it on at home, we realized angle D, we have 135 degrees. Angle E, we got 75 degrees. And angle F, we got 150 degrees. We can also write it down on the angles. Maybe that will be helpful for you. So angle E equals to 75 degrees. Angle F, 150. And then for angle D is 135. Okay? And then what do we learn? When we add this up, 135 degree plus 75 degree plus 150, what do we get? We get 360. So when we add all these angles up, so that means I'm going to use a different color, yellow. That means from here to here, the circle is 360. So the solution is when we have, for example, point O, and we have so many angles around it, like let's say we have 4 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4. When we add this one plus this one plus this one plus this one, it will get 360. So the angle at a circle is 360. This is one of the information that you also need to memorize. So for the line, it was 180. But for a circle, or at the point, will be 360. So what we learn is the sum of angle measures at a point is 360 degrees. So this is what we learn. Okay? Now we're going to the next page. The next thing we need to know is vertically opposite angles. So these are the 2 pieces of information that we need to memorize, and we have to write it down in our notebook, or always refer to page 90 at your textbook, or have a side notes for yourself, and always memorize that. And a couple of times when you practice it, then you will know it. Next one that we're going to talk about is vertically opposite angles. Okay, so what does that mean? That means, for example, when we have something like this, pointing this way, something pointing this way. I'm going to choose here. So we have G and J, and then here we have H, K. So these are the angles we have. And also for each line we have a name. The name of this line is C, D. The name of this line is B, A. So we use a protractor to find the angle measures. And we realized angle G is equal to 155 degrees, and angle J is also 155 degrees. That's interesting. So G and J, they're 155 degrees. They're same because they opposite from each other. That's why we learn vertically opposite angles are equal. Vertically opposite angles, okay? So now we're looking at the angle K, which is 25 degrees. What do you think the angle H will be? Yeah, 25. So this is another rule that we have to remember, and it's going to be helpful when doing the questions, because this is already an information that you need to know. It's like table of multiplication that you need to know, that you need to memorize that. So the rule is vertically opposite angles have equal measures. Try it at home. Measure it and see. They have equal. G and J, K and H. So that was another point that we needed to learn. Next one, line POQ. Okay, so we have two lines again like that. One line this way and one line this way. The center we have O. Here we have S, Q, R, P. Then that's how we call it. We say, for example, POQ, POQ. That's the name of this line. Or we call ROS. ROS. Again, we use a protractor. And then we found that the angle POS is equal to 115. The angle POR, look, POR, that's POR is 65. So this angle is 65. Okay. ROQ is 115. SOQ is, what do you think that will be? SOQ. How much do you think that will be? It's opposite, right? We learned it on the top. Then it must be 65. Because we also learned that if we add all this up together, 115 plus 65 plus 115 plus 65, it must give me what number? On the top we learned the sum of angles measured at a point is 360. So it must give me 360, and it will give me. So these two angles are equal and these two angles are equal. This is very, very important. So there are practices on page 92 and 93 that I need you to do it for today's lesson. And let me know if you have any questions.